Good morning. Alright, so if you watched my video from yesterday, or if you read my pre-market notes, I was saying that we were trading in between these two sessions, and what I was watching is whether we enter value from Monday session or from Friday session, and wherever we accept value, we're likely going to travel and sweep through value. And at the beginning of the day, we were trying to get inside value from Monday. We almost got there, almost to the tick, to value area low, rejected, and then later on we broke below. You can see this right here. We left some this was a pretty nice push down. We retested it and then we dropped again. So this right here was we have several opportunities to enter at 60.60, and then once it held, that we're likely going to see a drop towards the low side of the range. It didn't get to value area low, but it got to this low volume node right here, and then after the close, we saw that push to complete that move to value area low, and then the low from that push is almost to the tick to the previous week's low. So this is an area to watch for today. Market doesn't like leaving this kind of poor structure. It likes to revisit them and grab some of the liquidity there. So that's an area that I want to keep an eye on. Also this, because we have this double distribution from yesterday, and it coincides with this low volume node that we already had here at 60.50. So this is an area I'm watching today too. Are we going to trade back and forth and fill this area with volume, or are we gonna just move through it and then attempt to go to the top of this range from yesterday? So that's what I'm watching. I have a feeling that we're just gonna chop around in here, but we'll see. We also have FOMC today at 2 p.m. and depending on what they say, we could have a big move, or it could be a nothing. Maybe nothing happens and we just chop around the whole session. But one thing that usually happens on days like FOMC is that we have some volatility at the beginning of the day, then volume dries out towards noon, and then we wait until the rate decision. So keep an eye on that. Like after around 11:30, which is Europe close, 11:30 Eastern, right? We're probably it's gonna be really hard to trade, because between waiting for FOMC, the volume dries out, and rollover action, whatever's left of the rollover, it's gonna be choppy, and so I wouldn't be trading at that time. So as far as we're opening inside value, inside the range, so I want to see if we can get below yesterday's low. If so, I'm going to target this lows from last week's low. But in my experience, days like today, like the market gets almost to those levels and then doesn't break them until after the FOMC. So keep that in mind, because that's a possibility. Same thing, it likes to just go towards the overnight high and then just fail to break, and then leave unfinished auctions until the news, and then we repair those push structures. That's what in my observation, that's what I've seen. Now, if we get above this low volume node, first target is 6066, which is that 20-day point of control, and also the weekly VWAP is there. Above that, this is resistance, the 6085 low volume node, and then just same as yesterday, right? If we get inside value from Monday, look for a sweep through value all the way to 6100. And then, above that, I gave the levels yesterday. You can review my video from yesterday or look at my notes from yesterday, but that 6140 is the ultimate target above. Not ultimate, but that's a big magnet. And below, if we break these lows, yesterday I said that I was expecting buyers in this area, and we saw these buyers during the overnight session. But today, if we break it again, if we don't bounce right away, when we hold below this 6017, we have this 2 overnight sessions that were not tested during RTH. These 2. So keep an eye on these 2 at 5980 and 6000. And we have the weekly pivot. So usually weekly pivots, we do have some support and some back and forth trading in this area. So this is not going to be an easy spot to break. And even if we break it, it could be one of those look below and fails, and that would be a good opportunity to take a long with a limited risk back to that 60-30 to 60-40 area. I think that's it for today. On ES, same structure, similar structure on NQ, except that this low didn't quite get there, but we did get almost to value area low during the RTH yesterday. We finished same story here. I'm not gonna go too much into this, but you can see the structures very nice, looking to fade the edges of this distribution. Longs around 750 area, shorts around the 22,300, back to the middle. Crude. So look at this. So it came back down, retested this. Now it's attempting to retest these 2 spikes. It looks like it's holding now, like we're getting all this volume higher and higher, so value slowly shifting higher. But we have these 2 tells, so watch this area for shorts, back to the middle to 7150-ish. Then we have gold, which came back to 3400s and putting a lot of volume here again. We have a couple of sessions up here that never got retested, so I'm thinking that now that we're accepting 3400, we might see another push higher here. Watch gold during the FOMC because it tends to move nicely. But if you break this 34.25 to 30, then look for 34.50. All right, that's about it. Tomorrow is a short session. Markets close at 1 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken, and then they reopen for regular for Globex. And one thing I have to do here is that I keep forgetting to copy the levels. It's too many things to do, but I keep forgetting to copy levels here. I put them on the Discord, and then when I do the stream, I always forget to. I always have the days before. So if you see the wrong levels, just I apologize, but here we have the levels now down here. All right, good luck, and remember, still rollover, so still weird action till Friday. All right, take care.